This guy over the hill, he gave me permission yesterday. He told me where to set up. You know, he said if I were you and if I were to hunt, I know where I would go. And experience has told me that, you know, when a farmer says the deer are over here, or they bed here, the turkeys roost over here, whatever, like, you just don't try to reinvent the wheel. The farmer lives out here. He knows what the pattern is of the birds. So what you need to do is just listen. And then you can tweak your position, you can adapt if you have to, but it's a lot easier to reposition in an area that's pretty close to where the birds are moving through than to go in the dark. Put a stalk on this this group of birds, and I got some great footage here. It's beautiful of all the waterfowl, and so when I drove by this farm pond, I just had to back up and upland game birds that prefer where two or more habitats kind of converge, and they blend in incredibly well. They're really tough to see and difficult to get pictures of, let alone video, so this is quite the treat. Good job, John. Go on, get your bird, baby. Woohoo! Go get him. He's done. He's done.
Wisconsin, baby. You're the man, baby. You're the man. Oh, man. See you next week, folks. We had a lot of fun. We had a little mishap along the way, but to spend it with the people that you care about the most, some of your best friends in the world, in God's country, just an awesome experience.
Look at the size of the beard on this tom. Sure enough, he's on the top there, and he's just gobbling his head off. Well, this is exciting. I'm on the board for 2017. This is one of 2 gobblers I was after all morning. First spotted him about 8 o'clock. It's 12:40 right now, so we're talking 4 hours and almost 40. I'll have to do a follow-up shot. Somebody's around the blind here. Take a look. He's right there. He's right there. No need for this. Second day of the 2017 Kentucky turkey season. First day with my bow. And first day with the new Matthews Halon 32. And first turkey with the bow in Kentucky. So here he is. Nice gobbler. So you got it. Ah, oh, nice. That was cool. All right. I'll tell you, it never gets old. All right. Oh, it's another big bird. Woo.
exaggeration, very close to 11-inch beard.
Hold it up there so I can see.
He's just a massive, massive beard, as you can see here. He's very close to 11, if not more. And he has...
Hold those hooks up there.
He's got some hooks on here that are definitely...
Blind. So I'm gonna go set up on top of this hill here and give it a shot this afternoon, see what happens. So. Blind set up. I have two gobblers over the top of this hill, and I spotted them. I heard them gobbling down the bottom. I had to move the blind. This is my second setup. I had the blind about 300 yards back, further to the west, but all the birds are gobbling on this ridge here, and there's the blind. I'm gonna get set up and see what happens. So, all right. Here we go. Two birds back-to-back days. Unbelievable. This turkey has the most beautiful fan of any bird I've shot. And this is like 50 some birds I've shot now. And this bird looks like a Merriam. He has white, like a tawny color, a white cream color, and absolutely perfect fan with no feathers broken or bent. I mean, unbelievable. This guy looks like he's gonna pitch off here in a second. We had a great time. Got some real good pre-roll footage. First day for my dad on this farm, and had a blast. So Dad, we can get back on him again.
He hit.
We got him. Back up, and he's kind of every 100 to 200 yards stop and call. And there's birds all around this valley gobbling. And as we came over this one knob, I spotted the fan, and I said, "Dad, let's get down." You know, and we backtracked. We tried to circle around, but the hill below the birds was too steep, too thick, and too noisy. So too much of the wrong kind of thing. So we backtracked, and we made the right decision. They were moving really slow, so we were able to get back up on top of the hill and catch up to the birds. And the gobbler, is funny. He was on the other side of the hog wire fence right here, and the hens were on the opposite side. So when Dad put the the gobbler fan up in front of him, I shimmied right behind him, just staying in line with him so that the other birds wouldn't see me. And this is a novel way to put a spot and stalk on a bird. Well, this bird behind me gobbled about 6-7 times initially, once I got all set up. And then he just stopped. And for the next 3.5 hours, he'd go farther away from me and gobble, and then I would get him fired up, and then he'd come back, and then he'd go back away from me, and then he'd come closer. And he did that probably 5 or 6 times until finally, it's now 7:36 at the time that I shot the bird, just a couple minutes ago. And he just came in silent. He finally circled around. The last I heard him gobble was 6:45, and I shot him at 7:36. So he gobbled what sounded like maybe 300 yards off, and it took him about 45 minutes to come circling around, come down the hill on the other side of the trees, down this old gravel road, turned around, and came in on my side of the barn. Well, thankfully, I hid the truck on the other side of the barn, right along the edge, and he came around. He came in silent, he strutted, put on a show, and he came right into the decoys, and I shot him here at 12 yards. Man, to capture these hunts on video in the old Dave Smith decoy really did the trick. it's pretty hard to compete with hens. The real thing is more powerful to draw than my calling. Over the top of the hill and got some really cool footage here. I was wondering how this gobbler could have given me the slip in this wide open field. How I didn't see him run or fly or anything. Well, he was out in these little dips. The field looks relatively flat from a distance, but it's anything but flat. As he disappears over the top of this hill, the next time I see him, he's about 65 yards away, which is a little bit too far for a shot. And so I had to just kind of buy my time and be patient, and eventually it would pay off because he would step about another 15 yards closer and I would be able to take my shot. So the yelping that you hear is with my natural voice, and the reason why is because I took my vest, my binoculars, and dropped off the decoys and all my gear back behind me so I wouldn't make any extra noise or wouldn't get hung up on any brush during the last little bit of my stalk.
Boom!
Sometimes you have to take it to him, cut him off. What a beautiful sunset. What a way to end the day. Man, turkey hunting is a patience tester, physically, mentally, but it's all worth it when it comes together. Man, 52 yards. Yesterday was 53, today was 52. That was him. Here we go. That hurts. He was getting nervous, as you can tell on camera. He's putting. He starts to get off camera. And so then I had to move again, and he must have seen me move a little bit. And then as he starts to work his way away from the blind, I decided to take a shot when he stops at, 25, 22, 23 yards, something like that. And my arrow hits right here. Doggone it. That should have been a dead bird. Wah, wah, wah. Well, after that encounter with that big tom, I packed up all the gear and moved to the far east side of the farm, where I've got a blind that's located on an old food plot that I put in last fall, and it's right next to a ridge where the birds like to roost. So I left the blind about 5:30, and by the time these jakes showed up, it was about 7 o'clock. So plan worked out really good. Well, I redeemed myself. So, yeah, I messed up on that big Longbeard earlier. Got some great footage. Rookie mistake. I should have put the jake out in the open where the big window was. But, that's how it goes sometimes. So, 4 jakes came in. I've been calling off and on for about 2 hours. 2.5 hours. And a little after 7 o'clock now. So, I'm going to go out there and grab my arrow. Grab the bird. Pack it up. And head on out of here. Alright, I love when a plan comes together. So here we are. It's the 17th of April 2021, and I'm on the board. Redeemed myself with about 45 minutes or so left of legal shooting light, so this is awesome. I cut this area last fall going into the deer season in the shape of an L, so that come springtime I could put a ground blind at the intersection where it forms that L. It's good both in the morning and in the evening. So nice jake. It's cool, whenever you are able to kill a turkey with a bow and film it yourself. I think adds an element of difficulty that most guys can appreciate. It's definitely not easy. I love sitting in a pop-up blind wearing a black face mask, gloves, and a black shirt, because it just makes it completely disappear. The birds have no idea. So that worked out awesome. Monday, April 19th. And I found what I'm looking for. What appears to be a lone tom. There might be other birds over there, but I came walking up through an open field to my left where the cattle are. And that tom saw me, probably walked the entire time, but because it's dark enough, it's still light, but it's dark enough where he didn't know really exactly what I was. So what I think I'm gonna do is back out of here and put this brush between me and that tom and go back this way, and then was, I think, the shortest turkey hunt I've ever had. You know, I came in here last night, and there's a pile of brush and an island of trees out in this little cow pasture behind the camera. And I came up the rise, and I was out here about 7:30. I saw two hens on the far northeast part of the farm, and I came through here, and I came just up this hill behind the camera through the gate, and I spotted him on the limb. So for the next 45 minutes, I just stood still, and I waited until it kind of got really dark, and I slipped out, and I used cover to my advantage, and I got out of here, and I hoped that he'd still stay on the limb this morning, and he was still there. So 3/4 inch spurs, so it's a nice 3-year-old right here for sure, all day long. We'll take it. So I got my first bird opening day, and I got him with the bow, as you saw on camera, and then decided to do a little running and gunning. My pack is full of water and snacks. I'm ready to go all morning, but it didn't take but 10 minutes. I mean, that worked out awesome. Birds are talking this morning like crazy, and I got some good footage of him on the limb. Boy, I wish he would have stayed on the limb another at least 10 minutes. I could have made for better footage, but boy, that was exciting.